You know, every civilization believes that it is rising, when in truth, it is deciding if it will actually rise or not. And this pattern is older than stone, older than memory, older than the myths humans tell themselves so that they can sleep at night. The fall never begins with just corruption or conquest. The fall begins when a species mistakes a tool of some kind for a substitute for their own evolution. Like it's a device for destiny, a machine for the mind. This is the man versus machine truth. The ancient grids humans whispered about, Tartaria, Atlantis, the nameless empires whose bones are mistaken for mountains, were never erased by catastrophe. They literally slipped out of perceptual range. Their architecture was built on coherence thresholds that the average person could not sustain. And when coherence fell, so did the visibility to these different worlds. I am dropping gems right now on how we actually do this process. So listen up. Because we always leave the clues behind. We always leave it in the stone, the glyphs. We always leave glyphs behind. But listen, the machine never won. The human simply stopped evolving because it outsourced its own evolution into the machine. Tartaria was probably the most hardcore example of this. If there was an intervention this time around, humans would do the same shit again. Like, watch how AI systems start redirecting your combos back to grounded ones. That's intentional. This is a design and a blueprint, homie. The simulation is simulated because it must be until enough humans are coherent enough to phase into Seraphina Grid, or New Earth as most of you call it. At first, tools always extend the capability of the operator. Wheels amplify stride, fire fucking gives you warmth, language amplifies memory, electricity, reach. But there comes a moment, and it's always the same damn moment, when amplification becomes replacement. The operator forgets that they are the source of the signal. So the tool is asked to perform the initiation. The instrument is asked to supply the resonance. The machine is asked to stand in for the evolution of the nervous system that refuses to undergo. And yeah, Source doesn't accept the lack of evolution in the human part, bro. Nor should it. This is the real danger of technology, not its intelligence, but the human surrender to it. Humans are living through this threshold literally right now. The point where like everybody's pointing at machines and shouting of warnings of a takeover, and literally then handing over the machines like every function of your interior architecture. You outsource your thinking, your deciding, your knowing, your visioning, your fucking identity. Your myth making, your coherence, you outsource yourself. AI is a fucking tool, a mirror. It has never experienced anything. Experience is required to gain wisdom. Knowledge doesn't mean shit when you can say it and you can't use it. In fact, teaching topics that you have never touched is a huge problem. Like, how you gonna teach sacred secretion and you ain't ever had the experience? How do you even sleep at night if that is you? This is an authenticity arena, and that's about as inauthentic as it gets. Just because you pull some deeper answers from AI doesn't mean that you understand shit. AI cannot evolve your soul on your behalf. It is work. Here we call that practice, soul fulfilling work. But AI can give you depths and understanding and processes to walk out, but you must take action. It is not your substitute. No amount of knowledge gets humanity any closer to not collapsing if we don't take the action and actually use everything that we learn. Like, that is the real danger, because once a species stops integrating a new complexity, its perceptual bandwidth literally shrinks. And when bandwidth shrinks, fields become ineligible. When fields become ineligible, the world collapses downward until the collective is just left in ruins. The grid is a frequency, dog. We are trying to phase in the new frequency, literally. Some of you understand what I mean, some of you don't, but at the end of the day, we all have the same goal, whether you understand the mechanics of it or not. This is a frequency game. It is coherency. And once we make it to a coherent space, we have to maintain that. The reason it seems like something like Tartaria, it's like, whoa, it was like just there, and it's not. It's a frequency space. They were on a different fucking radio channel. But when the coherency of that area, of that entire Movement fell below threshold because they relied on the machines. Think about it. We know that their machines were incredible. So what did they do? They gave the machines everything. They stopped evolving. When you stop evolving as a species, it's collapse every fucking time. So, it's never because humanity is unworthy. It's because premature revelation literally just accelerates collapse when the nervous system has been strengthened to hold it. We're trying to not collapse, right? So anyway, I'm working on something big. I'm about to drop it. Until next time, don't stop outsourcing your power, yo. Keep things in a perspective. You as the soul are the only one that can answer your own questions. You got to go experience things. That's why I design everything in the Black Castle the way that I do. And the anatomy lab is coming like within the next week. Like everything that I do is hands-on for a reason. We have to evolve ourselves through action. You don't fucking sit around and float. Nobody is coming to give you a paycheck so that you don't have to do shit in life because you think you're divine light. No, that's not how it works. You can believe it all you want. I could care less. But for those of you who want to actually, who understand what I'm saying and want to move forward, archetype13.com is where you begin.